Gas prices just went the wrong way. And if you've been feeling like you finally caught a break at the pump, only to watch that number creep back up again, you're not imagining it. Today I want to walk you through exactly what's happening with gas prices right now, why the relief we got this summer never actually brought us back to normal, and most importantly, what you can do to keep a swinging cost like this from wrecking your monthly budget. Let's get into it. First, here's what actually happened. The national average for a gallon of regular gas jumped 5 cents practically overnight, landing at $3.84. Now, 5 cents might not sound like much on its own. But what matters is the direction. Because for about 6 straight weeks before that, prices had been falling. Drivers were watching that number tick down day after day, and a lot of people understandably assumed the worst was behind them. That downward streak has now broken, and prices are climbing again. To really understand why this matters, you have to look at the bigger picture of this year. Back on May 21st, gas prices peaked at $4.56 a gallon. So compared to that high point, yes, we're still paying quite a bit less today. The decline over those 6 weeks was absolutely real, and it was welcome. But here's the part that most people miss. That relief never brought us back down to what anyone would call normal. This year's 4th of July was the second most expensive Independence Day at the pump ever recorded. Prices over that holiday were running roughly 65 cents higher than they were just a year ago, and nearly a full $1 above where 2026 started. So even at the bottom of that 6-week slide, we were still sitting at historically high prices. The dip felt good, but it was a dip inside a much higher range. So why is this happening? Why can't gas prices just settle down and stay predictable? A big part of the answer comes down to crude oil, which is the raw material that gasoline is made from. Right now, crude is trading in the range of $70 a barrel. Where it goes from here depends heavily on events happening on the other side of the world, particularly around a narrow stretch of water called the Strait of Hormuz, where a huge share of the world's oil supply passes through. When there's tension or uncertainty in that region, oil prices can swing sharply, and that ripples straight to the sign at your local gas station. On top of that, gasoline demand and supply shift week to week, with demand softening slightly one week and supply tightening the next. That combination is exactly what keeps prices twitchy and unpredictable rather than stable. And that unpredictability is the real story here. Because gasoline isn't just another expense. It's one of the only costs in your entire budget that changes right in front of your eyes, every single week, on a giant sign you drive past on your way to work. That visibility is part of what makes it so stressful. You feel every increase in real time. So let's talk about what you can actually do about it, because you have more control here than you might think. You can't control the price on the sign. But you can absolutely control how much you buy, and where. First, use a fuel comparison app before you fill up. The price difference between the cheapest and most expensive station in a single town is often 30 to 50 cents a gallon. That's real money, and it's just sitting there waiting for you to grab it. Second, try to fill up in the middle of the week. Prices and demand both tend to run highest on Fridays and Saturdays, as everyone heads into the weekend. Filling up on a Tuesday or Wednesday can quietly save you money. Third, check whether your grocery store or warehouse club has a fuel rewards program. A lot of people are sitting on discounts they've already earned and never use. And fourth, combine your errands into a single trip whenever you can. Short trips with a cold engine burn the most fuel per mile, so grouping them together stretches every gallon further. But here's the most important takeaway of all, and it's bigger than gas. The average American household spends around $2,083 a year on gasoline. That's a serious chunk of any budget. And here's the thing about a cost like this. If you build your monthly budget around the assumption that gas prices only go down, one bad week can throw your whole month into chaos. The families who handle this well aren't the ones who somehow predict the price of oil. They're the ones whose budget is built to bend. They leave room for a cost to swing, so that when it does, it's an inconvenience instead of a crisis. That's exactly the kind of budgeting my Finance Reset Toolkit is designed to help you build. It gives you a complete, step-by-step system for creating a budget that can absorb a swinging cost like gas without falling apart. If that's something you've been struggling with, check the description below to learn more. This isn't financial advice, just practical information to help you plan ahead. But the sooner you build a little flexibility into your budget, the less power a number on a sign has over your month. So keep an eye on those prices, use the tips we talked about, and don't let a bumpy ride catch you off guard. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.